Hey everybody, I'm Ryan from Woke to Crypto News. Today we're going to take a look at the SEC, the warpath Gary Gensler seems to be on, and what the crypto industry can do about it. We'll also take a look at DeFi hacks, Polygon, and Cosmos. Alright, let's dive in. SEC Commissioner Gary Gensler spoke with the Washington Post earlier today in an interview about cryptocurrency. He kind of gave a little more of his thoughts and continued to feel a little more doom and gloom. That's kind of been the way it's been feeling coming from the SEC as of late. This article does a nice job of kind of covering some of the key points. We're going to go over a few of those quotes that came out of Gensler. Right here, the first one I want to cover here is Gensler added that it is important for cryptocurrency innovation not to undermine the stability of the system. I think it's better to bring it inside the public policy framework and ensure that we address these important public policy goals. Okay. Well, that depends. That depends on what your idea of bringing in a public policy framework is. Is that unbiased regulation, or does that mean putting it under your thumb so you can have complete control over it? Because if that's the case, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of the blockchain. Satoshi Nakamoto came up with it so that way it wasn't controlled by the government. So, for any of us fans of the cryptocurrency, that's the exact opposite of what we want. Another thing I want to touch base on right here is it's highly likely that lending platforms have thousands of tokens, and it's highly likely that they have on these platforms security investment contracts and notes and others that fit the definition of a security. And he continued adding that that's going to be a problem on lending platforms or trading platforms. Yeah, that is a problem. You know what else is a problem, Gary? That you don't define what a security is based off these digital assets, off these cryptocurrencies. He was just speaking last week on a Senate hearing committee, and he was asked how they're defining cryptocurrencies and how they're making these distinctions of them being securities or not. And he didn't answer, and he wouldn't answer. How about just some clarification? That's all anybody wants. It's real frustrating to hear you say that's very likely most of these are, but then you won't let anybody know what the rules are. It's ridiculous. And of course, we're going back to you're basing this off of laws that are 90 years old that were conceived by people who couldn't fathom what the internet or digital assets would be. So the last thing I want to touch bases on is he also said that while cryptocurrencies do not fit the definition of money, they are often used to skirt our laws. I am so tired of that answer. That is such a tired answer. It's so ridiculous to skirt our laws. You know what else skirts our laws? The US dollar and every other currency in the world. That's ridiculous. It's just to say cryptocurrencies are used to skirt the laws. That's ridiculous. That's the same tired argument. That's the same narrative, the same rhetoric that they used to spew back in the 90s around the internet. They said the same type of things back then, that you got to be careful. We got to and then when they wanted to regulate the internet, because that's where people went to commit crimes and buy drugs and do illicit things. And now we're hearing that same thing all over again, that cryptocurrency is used to buy drugs, to commit crimes, to skirt the system. And it's ridiculous. Come up with something new. So before we move on, this isn't news, but I thought it at least was worth a share. Since Gary Gensler is seems to be kind of becoming the villain of cryptocurrency, I thought when I saw the scrolling on Twitter earlier that this comparison to Mr. Burns was apt and quite amusing. So I thought it was at least worth a share. The only way to back the SEC down is going to be the cryptocurrency's got to actually start standing up to them. On the plus side, I think we're starting to actually see some of that. So we've got here, Ripple XRP has no plans to settle the SEC lawsuit. It's prepared to go to trial. We all know that SEC has been suing Ripple over them allegedly being a security for a while now. But on the plus side, we've got Ripple announcing that they aren't backing down, and we need more of that. So right here, speaking of Fox Business, Ripple's defense team says that they are confident in their position. They added they are standing up to the SEC in a trial setting and is necessary to bring in more equitable reform to the crypto industry. That's exactly what we need. That's what we need, is we need people standing up to the SEC. If we want actual reform and we want the crypto industry to be dictated by the people in the crypto who care about it, who understand it, we need people on our side standing up for it. So bravo, XRP. Thank you. Going toe-to-toe with the SEC isn't the only way to help control the future of crypto. We've got Coinbase to propose crypto regulations to U.S. officials. So right here, we've got crypto exchange Coinbase preparing to pitch a proposed regulatory framework to federal officials. The rest of the article doesn't actually have any substance to it. It's just all speculation. But hopefully in the next coming days or weeks, we get a breakdown of what that actual proposal is. But Either way, this is what we need. This is what the crypto industry needs. Instead of waiting around for regulators to decide the fate of crypto, these are regulators who have admitted they don't know anything about crypto, they don't understand it, and like that. Let's get involved. The companies that understand crypto, that are in crypto, should be there, should be working with them, proposing frameworks like this. This is brilliant. This is what the industry needs. Let's educate them. Let's give them reasonable regulation. If you can't beat the regulators, join them. So Ryan Selkis on a Senate bid, no comment. So Ryan Selkis, for those of you who don't know, is the founder of Messari. Messari being one of the biggest crypto analytical tools in the world. And so Selkis, Messari right now is hosting a conference in New York. And what had happened on Monday is the SEC served subpoena papers to one of the people there who was supposed to be speaking, and this kind of set off a chain of events where Selkis, we'll get into that, where he apparently made an announcement for running for Senate. And so right here we'll go talk about the subpoena in question was rumored to have been served at Messari's mainnet conference in New York to Do Kwon, the founder of a Cosmos-based system for algorithmic stablecoins and synthetic stocks. So as Do Kwon was apparently about to walk on stage, the SEC served him with subpoena papers. And this Selkis found out about this, and this set him off. And in response, Selkis took to Twitter and had this to say. If you're wondering when I actually decided to run for Senate, it was when these fuckers came to my event, didn't buy a ticket, and served one of the speakers a subpoena. Enough talk, more on our out-of-control regulatory state. He followed up this tweet with, Selkis 2024, time to activate the crypto political machine. And his third and final tweet we have right here, let's expand this right here, third and final tweet we have, And for the record, we offered to comp a ton of passes for regulators and congressional staff that wanted to learn more about crypto. My comment about not buying a ticket was in jest. They don't want to learn. They want to shut crypto down in full stop. It's just, and so when asked about it later, he just said no comment, but I hope this is true. The next best thing too, this would be like the trifecta. You got Ripple fighting the SEC, you got Coinbase actually proposing good regulation, and then you have maybe crypto people like Selkis running for positions as lawmakers. Yes, please. Seems like it's hard to go more than a couple days without another hack in the crypto space. So we've got Avalanche DeFi platform V-Finance suffers $35 million hack. We're not going to really dive into that story. I want to use it actually more as a point. We've got that one. We had Sushi just a few days ago got hacked for, I believe, 300 million. And then we're going to move on. Right here, we got DeFi bridging protocol. P Network suffers $12 million hack. Just a new. These are both yesterday and today. And so that leads me actually to the story I want to talk about. Polygon launches $2 million bug bounty on ImmuneFi to boost smart contract and dApp security. This makes sense to me, right? So you've got Polygon, which is a network that has billions of dollars of total value locked on it, right? It's the largest layer 2 solution built on top of Ethereum. You got billions of dollars on top of it. So a $2 million bounty is not that much. And what it does, it's a lot better paying those out than it is to have to deal with the publicity of these huge ransoms or hacks or anything like that, which are bad for the space. They're bad they're terrible for the people that are affected by it, and they're also terrible for the space because that's what brings regulation, and the regulators say, see, I told you so, look at how bad this is. So I love this. It's a great program. Take a look at it. So bounties for smart contract and blockchain bug reports range from $1,000 for low-level threats and up to $2 million for critical threats. Reports on dApp vulnerabilities, meanwhile, will yield rewards between $2,500 to $15,000. Payouts will be made by the Polygon team in ETH, Matic, or a stablecoin. So hopefully this is an incentive for any of those hackers to just go make it legit. Instead of making 300 million and stealing it and trying to then having to get away with it, why don't you just go find that same hack and submit it and make 2 million completely legit and walk away? Let's and keep the crypto space healthy. Finally, Cosmos is looking to get in the smart contract game. So Sommelier partners with Miston Labs to launch Cosmos smart contracts. So Sommelier is a co-processing protocol for the Ethereum virtual machine. They announced a research and development partnership with Miston Labs to increase the liquidity, transaction speeds, and launch smart contract applications on the Cosmos blockchain on Tuesday. Okay, so for those of you unfamiliar, Cosmos is a cryptocurrency. They're like a hub crypto. They're a hub blockchain. What their goal is to be like the hub of all blockchains. They want to be the interoperability hub where everybody goes. They can connect Ethereum to Bitcoin to Harmony to Polkadot to Cardano. That's the whole idea behind them. That's what their big thing's been all along. They use that with what they call their Tendermint consensus layer. And so right here in their announcement, they say, the blockchain which combines the Tendermint consensus layer, Cosmos Stargate SDK, and the dual Ethereum bridge will work with Miston to implement Move smart contract programming to provide the entire ecosystem of Cosmos developers, as well as those on it with Ethereum Gravity Bridge with smart contract capabilities. So they are bringing smart contract capabilities to their entire ecosystem now. Now, if you're on the Ethereum Gravity Bridge, they're bringing that. So that's a big deal. That has not been their focus, and now you're turning this whole hub into a smart contract hub. So that is definitely some more bullish news for Cosmos, for Atom. That's gonna do it for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button and smash subscribe. Come follow us on Twitter. And until next time, bye!